Good evening, everyone, and let me now call this chamber to order so as to commence our meeting. Will everyone please rise if you are able and join with me as we salute the flag with our Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for a moment of personal reflection. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Township Clerk, will you please call roll and then read our statement of adequate notice?
Councilman Bahal?
Here.
Councilman Wendell?
Here.
Councilwoman Winston? Here. Councilwoman Zimbicki?
Here.
And Council President McAvoy?
Here.
Also present, Mayor Brad Cohen?
Here.
Administrator Joseph Cusculo?
Here.
And Township Attorney Anthony Iacoca.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, by specifying the time, date, location, and to the extent known, the agenda, by posting a copy on the bulletin board located in the main lobby of the East Brunswick Municipal Building, providing a copy to the Home News Tribune and the Asbury Park Press newspapers, posting a copy on the Township's website, and by filing a copy in the office of the Township Clerk, which will be entered into the minutes.
Thank you. Council, you have before you resolution number 25-298, adopting our meeting minutes from our September 8th, 2025 meeting. May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Second, thank you. Is there a need for clarification or correction on this matter? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilman Bahal?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zimbicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes. There are no ordinances for a second reading nor public hearing. Let's move on to our reports section of the meeting, which will begin with our mayor, Mayor Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. Just a couple of things. First, I want to congratulate the Board of Education. Just a couple of moments ago, they just hired a new superintendent for our school district. Her name is Dr. Evelyn Mamone, a presently assistant superintendent in South Brunswick School District. She will be taking over for Dr. Victor Valesky, who has moved his date of retirement up to December 1st of this year. That was just a couple of minutes ago. I trust that the 8 members of the Board of Education, one, Dr. Anna Braun, was unable to vote on that, not because she didn't want to, but she's conflicted as she has a daughter that works in the district. So it was 8 people that made that selection. They went through an exhaustive search firm and evidently narrowed it down to this one person that almost everybody uniformly agreed upon. So her success is our success. I wish her the best of luck here in the district. And I know there's a lot of work to be done, but it looks to me like it's somebody who really wants to get her sleeves rolled up and get the job underway. So again, I wish her and the Board of Education the best, and look forward to a bright future for here in East Brunswick. The other thing that a lot of people have been talking about, I put on social media today about a 10-minute post discussing some of the road issues that a lot of people were questioning in light of the work being done on Tice's Lane and the new work that's expected to start on the 30th on Riders. These 2 projects are projects that need to be done. They cannot wait until the end of the Route 18 work to be done. That's a 4-year project, Route 18. So these projects just simply need to be done. The one on Tice's Lane is a PSE&G project. That project is involving some lines that need to be replaced in order to improve service to the people that live in that area. If we don't do that work, then we risk having service interruptions to the people that live there. And at the end of the day, it is their lines. The town does not run have any jurisdiction over PSE&G lines, and they have right-of-ways which give them the right to go onto that property and to do those repairs. So we're just going to do the best that we can. We did work with PSE&G. That work was scheduled during a week where there were already several days that where schools was closed due to the holiday, so that it's also done in a way that they stop work during the school bus entrance and school exit times so that it doesn't interfere with the travel and bus schedules for people getting in and out of school. But other than that, that work is expected to be done by the 28th. The project that's going to be done on Riders Lane is a Conrail project. Conrail notified the town almost 3 years ago that the line was unsafe, that the line was unstable, the concrete and the asphalt was failing. It put at risk to drivers. It put at risk to the trains for derailment. And it is also Conrail lines. It is county road, and that road goes directly over the turnpike, which is run by the Turnpike Authority in the state. So we'd have no authority to tell them not to do that. If they believe that this is in their interest, they fit into the schedule. They let us know that they were ready to come here, even though they warned us about 3 years ago that this was on the docket. And we simply asked them that they not do it at the exact same time that the Tice's Lane project was done, because we didn't want two projects being done in relatively same area of town. So that's going to be starting on the 30th of September, and should be completed somewhere around the 3rd or 4th of October. But that work needs to be done, and again, that is not going to wait until after the 4-year Route 18 project is done. That's impractical, and we wouldn't let them be delayed and put public safety at risk. We're just not going to do that. I also spoke on that tape, if anybody wants to watch it, about the road work that's done in town and how we manage that. Again, we try as best as possible to do our road projects in a way that does not interfere in school schedules, so we'll save the big road work that's done on main highways for the summer when school is out. But we're not going to be able to do that, all of it, just on the 2 months that school is closed. That's impractical. PSE&G isn't going to do that. They have other towns they have to take care of besides East Brunswick, and so does Conrail. So it's never going to be something that could only be fit in during the 2 months where there's no kids in school. Just not practical. But the work is being done, and we did make sure that when we spoke to Conrail that we worked with our police department and with the neighboring town of Milltown to make sure that we set up ways for people to get around, making sure, as all of you have certainly been getting, regular notices about the work so that you can make alternate plans or leave early if you need to. But we just can't tell PSE&G and Conrail or any other major projects that need to be done for legitimate reasons that they have to wait till a 4-year Route 18 project is done. We're not going to do that. That's not practical. So I'm just asking for everyone to be patient, like most people are, and do what we all do. We figure out our ways around Route 18 there, and these other projects are done generally in a way that tries to minimize the impact on the community. But when it's done, like other projects that we've done in town, the roads will be better, it'll be easier to navigate, they will be safer, and that is the goal here. Just ask for everybody's patience. And then finally, I'm going to thank you all in advance. I know there are 2 items on the agenda tonight that speak to quality of life issues here in the township, which we need to take completely seriously. It may not sound like big ticket items, but when you live in a community like ours where people are want the best that they can for their children and to live in a community that's safe and comfortable, nuisance problems are things that often interfere in the quality of life. We've heard a lot about the noisy mufflers and people that are just drag racing on roads. And while it isn't possible to have an officer at every single spot when something like that's going to happen, that would be impossible. But we are making, and the police are making, a giant effort to try to find that more frequently now. They're going to be around in cars that are unmarked, and hopefully we could snag some of these people. And one of the things on your agenda for this evening is to approve an ordinance regarding nuisance issues, which this would fall under. And we're going to be very serious about trying to hold these individuals accountable and set an example for our town and for other towns that this is just not tolerated here, and do the best that we can. The other one that I think also falls under quality of life issues is the short-term rental issue. I was approached by somebody not that long ago at an event who was telling me that somebody was renting out their swimming pool in the backyard, much like an Airbnb. So instead of renting out the house, they're just renting out their swimming pool with a charge per hour. Plus, if you wanted to use their tiki bar or their internet or their volleyball, there was upcharges for all of that. And people from all over come in, hog and park on the roadways, which is legal. They are public roads. We can't stop them from doing that. They're up to the wee hours with loud noises, making messes, leaving things on dirt and garbage on people's property and on the roads. And it is a quality of life issue for those of us that live around here. If you live on a piece of property with acres and acres and acres and you want to do that, that's one thing, but that's not the vast majority of people that live here. So when somebody takes it upon themselves to do things like this, it has a direct impact on all of their neighbors, and that's not fair. So these are the things that we're asking you to consider in those two ordinances tonight, and so I hope that you vote in the affirmative for that. I know that was a lot, but there was a lot of issues going on, so.
Council
Please.
President, if I may?
You may.
A question, Mr. Mayor. My experience in development game and all of that, I've noticed a lot of markings on Milltown Road, and it looks like Milltown Road is going to be milled and paved. Are we coordinating that? Is the administration aware and traffic safety aware? And is that paving or repaving being coordinated
With the county.
with the county and Conrail
Yes.
and all of that?
It's been numerous meetings, teams of meetings
Okay.
with getting the railway together with PSC&G and then the county. The county has outsourced the design and implementation of 3 roadways that affect us in town. One is going to be, they're waiting for Conrail to get done because there will be some milling and paving of Riders Lane, but that's going to be done in the evening, off hours and so on. You're going to see them out there doing some ancillary work during the day, like we do a lot of times
Right.
with curbs and run-ups and everything. There's part on Riders Lane that affects not only East Brunswick, Milltown, and North Brunswick. So just to let you know, a part of where you get down to Rutgers, which is in our jurisdiction, but we're coordinating that with the PDs in North Brunswick and in Milltown. Likewise, there'll be some work done on Milltown Road where some of the road has been raveling. There's been, calls out a
Yeah, it
lot of
looks
that.
like it goes from like Jensen down
Yes.
all the way down to Harts.
So there's a section there, and then there's going to be a section of Old Bridge Turnpike. And like I said, this will not be milled and paved by the county employees, but a professional paving
Right.
company. They are used to doing paving jobs at night. They'll bring the light towers in. The light towers will be on the equipment. But yes, we've coordinated this, and I have
Okay,
to
great.
give a lot of perks to traffic safety, Lieutenant Bowell, Keith Kipp, and all of us have been on these calls, especially when you're dealing with the railway. It's a federal railway, so it's the Federal Railway Administration, in Washington that oversees these things. They did similar upgrades in Spotswood a while ago, and several of you may know the collapse of the rail line in Sayreville that day was pretty bad, and it backed up traffic in the town, as the mayor said. So yes, there's been a lot of coordination put into that. They're all looking to get these all done. They've got guaranteed that the plants are going to be open. They've got trucking firms that are ready to roll, and their plan is to get in, milled, and paved like in an evening, a section, and then get out.
Okay.
But we've taken, any other questions, just give my office a call.
No, I appreciate it. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that the public was aware that
Yeah.
the administration was fully aware of these projects and that, they're coordinating them with
Yeah.
other work in town.
It's been keeping Lieutenant Bull, myself, and Keith Kipp extremely busy.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you very
sure.
much. We're still-
I still want to do my report, if you don't mind, sir.
I'm well aware of that. Mr.
Okay.
Criscuolo. I expected a Cliff's Notes version of an answer to that question. I truly did.
Yeah, so did
Because
I.
Mr. Criscuolo can become wordy at times, and it's my job to reel him back in. We are still in our reports section, and next up, Mr. Criscuolo, our business administrator.
Cliff note, the bond ordinance that you see on the council agenda is for the 2026 road pavement program for township roads. That's, as I started to do when I came here, I want to do it now. We get the bid package out, we award it early, and we hit the ground running and to get those roads paved. Done.
Mr. Iacocca, our township
Nothing to
Township
add.
attorney?
Nothing to add at this time, Council
Ms.
President.
Lawful, our township clerk.
I will make it very quick. It's concerning our upcoming 2025 general election. The mail-in of the mail-in ballots commenced last week, Saturday, September 20th. Many registered voters have already received their mail-in ballots. If you have received your mail-in ballot, by the way, it looks like this. There are 3 ways in which you can return your ballot. You can submit it via mail using the U.S. Postal Service. You can drop it off at the Board of Elections located at 26B Kennedy Boulevard here in East Brunswick, or conveniently utilize our ballot drop box located within our municipal complex by our police department and our court parking lot. If you are not registered to vote, the last day to register to vote will be on October 14th. The Board of Elections office will be open from, I believe, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. on October 14th to accept all registration for this upcoming 2025 general election. Thank you.
Will we have early voting here in town?
Yes, we will have early voting. I believe it starts on October 25th, but I will report on that on our next, at our next council
Great,
meeting.
thank you.
Thank you.
Council, any board or committee reports?
Committee report?
Yes.
Feeling the pressure, though, President McAvoy.
Councilwoman Zambicki, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So EB Day is Sunday, October 5th. It's a great opportunity for everybody in the community to come out and just enjoy everything that our community has to offer. I also want to give a shout out to Ashley Falcon and John Roche, who attended the National Rec and Parks Association conference, and both of them were presenters. And I think that says a lot. That's something that we talk about. Like, our employees are always thinking out of the box and being leaders and innovators. And I want to thank both of them for that. And then just a quick update, the basketball and tennis courts at Pine Ridge and the tennis courts at Lenape Park are closed as they are being renovated. It is a little bit of a process because it includes also the painting, besides doing the surface renovation, the painting, so they will be closed for a bit. And exciting news, the Lenape Park playground that was currently there is being demolished, and our new inclusive playground that the council voted to accept a year ago is getting ready to be put in, and that's really exciting. And again, first township to have this type of a playground. Usually that grant goes to counties, and this was the first that it went to a township. So pretty exciting things going on in Parks and Rec.
It's very exciting,
Yeah.
very exciting. Let's see. I'll now open the meeting to the public, and we'll begin with our public comment statement from Ms. Lawful.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the East Brunswick Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 5 minutes or less. At the conclusion of the statements or questions from a member of the public, the council president, at his discretion, may choose to respond or not respond.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to address the council president? Please.
Nawal Tafel, Tall Oaks Drive, East Brunswick. So, first of all, it's really exciting to hear what Ms. Zimbicki told about the parks and recreation. As a mother of young children, I really appreciate everything that you are doing for that. The other thing is that I'm here again for the same reason that I have been coming over and over for last almost a year. That is East Brunswick has a sister city for whatever reason with an Israeli city. And at this point, when every organization, reputable organization in the world has concluded that Israel is committing a genocide and it's actually Holocaust, why do we still have that agreement? I think based on so many things that we have seen over the past 2 years, we are already late in breaking that sister city. So I want to basically start by the United Nations report that came out last week, which basically confirmed that, which concluded, the investigation of United Nations concluded that Israel is actually committing genocide. By the way, people who are seeing what's going on in Palestine and in Gaza, they don't need any report to see that it's a genocide. We know. But anyway, it's good to see that more and more organizations are coming out and calling it out. These are the quotes, by the way, that I'm quoting now directly from that report, this statement. Israeli security forces shot at and killed civilians, including children, who were holding makeshift white flags. Some children, including toddlers, were shot in the head by snipers. I want to call it one more time. These investigations take out all the statements from everyone on the ground, and that's the conclusion. Israeli security forces shot at and killed civilians, including children who were holding makeshift white flags. Some children, including toddlers, were shot in the head by snipers. Dr. Mark, and that's end quote. Dr. Mark Perlmutter, who's a US surgeon, who volunteered in Gaza, he said, I'm quoting his words, I saw 2 children that were shot twice. No children gets shot twice by mistake, end quote. There are numerous doctors. Every doctor and healthcare worker who returned from Gaza said the same thing. They are targeting children. Hind Rajab was a 6-year-old Palestinian kid who was shot 355 times by a tank. She was in a car with her family trying to flee. They first killed the family. She was on the call with Palestinian Red Crescent Society, and she was on call with them for 2 hours. And they were trying to tell her that just stay calm. 6-year-old child was telling them, everyone around me is dead. She was in a car, and she saw the tanks coming towards her. And then when she was quiet for some time and the people on the call said, can you say something? She said, every time I open my mouth, the blood comes out. And then she was shot and killed by Israeli terrorist soldiers. Why do we still have this agreement? Like, are these the values that we have? No. I think I also mentioned this thing before. I mean, there are so many stories that I can say which should be enough for you to say, that's it. We should not have this agreement. This is enough. But for the record, I can still repeat the same thing. There were infants found dead and decomposing in evacuated hospitals of ICU in Gaza. You know why they were decomposed? Because Israeli soldiers told the doctors to leave them because they were linked to the incubators or something. And they said, just leave, we will take care of these kids. And when the doctors returned, not doctors, it was a reporter who sneaked in and took the pictures, which were then taken by CNN and other big news agencies. He found decomposing bodies of babies. Can you tell me any example of any country that does this, other than Israel? They can literally kill children. They kill infants. They kill all forms of lives, be it the trees, be it the animals, be it humans. So why do we have this agreement? I think everyone should do their part in trying to stop this. If you cannot, I think in the United Nations, which is happening right now, almost every country stood and said the same thing, it's a genocide. And if we couldn't stop the genocide of the past, we can still do it now and do our part. You think it's small, or maybe what's the impact? I'm not going to stop the genocide, they will still kill. You just do your part. That's it. Thank you so much.
Anyone else, excuse me, wishing to address Council President? Sir?
Mr. Mayor, Town Council, Mr. President, the last meeting I was here, I told him a sign was missing from my house, my area for autism. Well, a week later, a patrol officer came by, we walked the whole thing through. He went to a few neighbors to see if anybody had a Ring camera to take it off. And anyway, it was pulled right out of the ground. This past Monday, it was installed again. I want to thank you for it, and that's my problem there. The other thing is I found out through this blue book that's going out for the tax-frees, and I don't know, I got because I'm a senior, I don't know, but I filled it out the other day. I thought I would get it automatically. I got my anchor last year automatically, but this year I didn't get no notice, so I filled out the form. I do believe it's for seniors, for the tax-frees, and for the Stay in New Jersey Act in the future. So just to word out, if they could, fill it out, and I think that's important. I didn't think I had to, but reading it, I did. And the other thing, anybody know when that diner's opening up, the High Point Diner?
Still no buzz on that, no.
I know, I see cars there, and then I don't see nothing for weeks. Okay, thank you very much. Night.
Anyone else wishing to address Council President? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Moving on to our consent agenda. Ms. Lawful, could you please read our consent agenda statement?
Resolution 25-299 through Resolution 25-305. The following items are considered routine and non-controversial items by the Township Council and will be enacted upon by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda to be discussed and voted on following the approval of the remaining items listed on the consent agenda.
Council, does anyone need anything separated?
No, sir.
May I have a motion for Resolution 25-299 through 25-304?
So move.
305? Beg your pardon. Roll call, please.
Can we have a second?
Did we get a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy.
Yes. Council, we have 5 ordinances for introduction, all of which have a second public hearing date of October 13th, 2025. Ordinance 25-30. Township Clerk, will you please read?
An ordinance of the Township of East Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 102, Fire Safety, Section 14, Permits, to add provisions and fees for the inspections and certificates of smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors.
May I have a motion
Motion to adopt.
and a second?
Second.
Mr. Crisculo, any comment on this?
We have our 2 fire officials here, so if there's any questions, certainly you could ask them. They've asked for these clarifications in the ordinances, so
We're good?
that's what we're doing.
Council comment? Roll call.
The fees seem reasonable.
Beg your pardon.
Sorry, Council President. The fees seem reasonable.
Okay.
It's not extraordinary.
No, not for our fire department. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes. Ordinance 25-31 is as well another fire department ordinance. Township Clerk, can you please read?
An ordinance of the Township of East Brunswick prohibiting the sale and private use of second-use reconditioned lithium-ion batteries in new or existing businesses, in addition to multifamily dwellings, to establish inspection guidelines and requirements for sellers and users of lithium-ion batteries, powered mobility devices, and proper storage.
Mr. Crisculo, any comment on this?
Same as before, our fire officials are here if you have any questions. This was brought up because of the problems that they're having with fires created by these batteries.
Thank you. Council comment? Roll call, please.
Motion?
Motion
Beg your pardon.
approved.
Motion. Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes. Ordinance number 25-31, Township Clerk, can you please read?
A bond ordinance providing for various road improvements in and by the Township of East Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2,750,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,612,500 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
May I have a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
Mr. Iacocca?
I just want to clarify that this is ordinance number 25-32, not 31,
I guess,
right?
was this
Yes.
document, did this document change things? So that one, the one we just did was 32?
That's correct.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Council comment? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes, where am I going, 33 now?
Yes.
Ordinance 25-33,
And
would you please read?
an ordinance of the Township of East Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 150 of the Township Code to add Article 6, aiding or abating as a public nuisance.
Motion approved.
And a second?
Second?
Council comments? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes, and this one is 35?
34.
34? Do we have a 35?
No, the next one is 34, the last one.
Ordinance 25-34. Council Clerk, please read.
Will do, Council President. An ordinance of the Township of East Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 182 of the Township Code, short-term rentals.
Motion adopted.
Second?
Second?
Council comment? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Winston?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Yes.
And Council President McAvoy?
Yes. And I move to, for the cause?
Yep.
Yes. Anything?
Motion adjourned.
Those who are in favor of the motion to adjourn signify with an aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. Ayes have it. Good night, everyone.